then it was going to be okay to miss.
Where is
Feels like 27.
Is he the only guy?
Come on, why is everything always delayed? No, everything is right.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Canaan High School's 9th Stadium for today's CIAC Boys Lacrosse game between Glastonbury Guardians and the Canaan Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand. The game of lacrosse in Canada lost a wonderful person recently with the death of former head lacrosse referee, Mr. Ralph Baldelli. We'd like to have a moment of silence for Mr. Baldelli. Thank you very much. Will you please remain standing for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
Ryan as both teams take the field. The Rams, the starting lineup out there. So many Division I commits, Ryan. I mean, guys like Bryce Lyden, Cam Lyden, Brady Roby. You've got Will Hayes out there as well. Glad Division III commit going to Trinity next year, but still a phenomenal player. He's still a 3-star recruit, so you can't count him out as well. Always touch gloves, shake hands. Just about to get
Go to Canaan!
Face off. First team all state last year. Outstanding photo. I think Logos in the state of Connecticut. Maybe, dare I say, in the Northeast. I've heard there's some good guys down in Long Island. So, referee blows the whistle. O'Neill seemingly takes the draw. But he was tangled up in both their sticks, and he's going to Glastonbury. The referee pointed to the way he came. So it's going to be the Guardians taking possession first. They'll get in touch with.
Come on, you Canaan!
Started on top. Number 26, Jack Shaheen. Guardians today, a team, arguably, a lot of people say that they're the top team outside the MCAC in Connecticut. So, a very talented program. We like to schedule them every year, kind of get a case of what's like up there and how they play. You see Laza defending, Carroll down low out in front. That shot behind. Back there for the chase, Jacob Clark. Possession of the Guardians.
Familiarity. Canaan getting 7-3 last year, so continue going. A little high there, but now for Glastonbury 19, state playoffs last year. It's a team that has some experience, so they can do it in the playoffs. It's a good team, obviously a good test.
A couple of years ago that you can't actually go to the state playoffs at Glastonbury. They were actually the higher seed. I think that was 2022 was that year when Brian, you and I was in 8th grade. He's getting physical on the defense. Oh, loose on the ground. It's picked up by Connor Mazza. He'll try to lock this ball. Mazza, very smooth player.
Good job, Connor! Go, Brady!
Sit on this one, try to get the best look he can. You see Mazza's there. He's playing in place for William Law out today for the Rams. Rams going to settle this one up top. Then Roeder across to Matt Reed. Maybe the Rams trying to dodge on the short stick. Pass it off to Campese. Cole Campese down the alley. He'll roll back. Campese shot scores! Cole Campese. That's the first one of this game. Draws first blood for the Rams in the first game of the season last year and this year. And he's had the first goal at Dunning for the Rams the past 2 years. Campese getting it done. Campese by himself there.
College talent on this Rams team, a Division I talent going to Denver University. It's Cole Campese. This year right there. He's always got to watch out for him. He's going to score a goal every big year match when he starts off with him.
Substitutions for Glastonbury. They're already pulling the face off here. 7, Brody Cummings. J.T. O'Neill. Interesting, but O'Neill has been so dominant, including last year. Face off that probably a good decision this early on. The Rams will also be man up here is number 6, Sidney Silverman. So the Rams going to go to work on the man up. Here's Ronan Hillman. The Rams going to get the cycle going here. It's going to be Laddick.
Come on, White!
Across the mat, Reed. Down low, Hillman. Top Roeder. Cross looking down low, it's Hillman. Or sorry, that's Laddick. Campese lets one rip, and that one's saved. Number 88, Alexander Burbank. Offside hit. There's a save.
Behind you!
Hillman didn't even see it. He's too busy. Number 8, we're going to get a timeout for Glastonbury here. Very physical ride from the Canaan. Glastonbury only had a couple more seconds. So, good timeout call there. I'll give them a fresh clock and try and get it over. First couple minutes of Brisbane, dominating that possession.
know, the offensive side, the ball movement, especially for this Rams team. That's one of the keys. A lot of players, I mean, I had a JV game about 2 years ago, man, freezing these guys out pretty well. Yeah, we did do that. But, you know, it's tough, it's hard, especially for the offense, right? Because your stick is so much more involved than when you're on defense. They spent the last hour or two just trying to rain a little bit. Rams from but Will Hayes right there for the line. Weird. 17, but then there just pass it off. He was nursing a little bit of an ankle injury earlier. Wasn't available for the Rams scrimmages for the first game against Canaan, but he is back out here now.
Go, Greg!
He is showing for Rams these past couple weeks at the female and element positions as well as the second line. We'll take it down there, touch, pass it off to Will Hayes. He's also phenomenal offensively. He probably has the hardest shot on this Rams team. I hate to get away that. I don't know. His goalies do not practice every day. So it's going to be Roeder on the wing. He'll take it down low. He'll take the screen from Roeder. Pull, stick on it now. Roeder with the shorty at X. We'll go to his left. Such a backwards right. Oh, he had the Zombers out in front. Just couldn't connect. Now it's Campese. He'll take top side. Campese off to Matt Reed. Reed will pull it out, pick it off for Roeder. Initiate on the short stick again. Roeder lined up from outside out. I think that one is the parking lot. That was a whistle. That might have been the farthest I ever Campese, very physical, phenomenal defenses. Stick there and glove. Now, a 2-on-1 break. That shot eaten by Braden Roby. It's picked up. Oh, it goes off the pipe. He's got the whistle. I'm going to say that was a push. Glastonbury at the turn from Canaan. Roby, that was, yeah, looks like he's a little shaken up after that. I mean, me too. That is, I mean, that's a lot of heart for Braden Roby. 15-20 seconds. He uses that stick and they go. Go, Jake! Right, running through three defenders. He'll get it into the attacking zone. Get a touch and decide to pull it out. Good job, Brady. Will Wonderlick out there. The second line. He's shown kind of improvement as well for the Rams. Gary Mayock, Will Wonderlick is really short out on offense. Fourth out goal for the last 9 seconds. Somers, Greg Wildman actually net at 6. He's a very big freshman. Mayock will dodge down the alley. Zombies here at X. They'll give it off to Mayock. Mayock shot. That one bounced wide.
Zombers on the chase. I think he'll get there. Yes, he will. Defended by Luke Shannon. Schwartz across the Mayock will decide to dodge down the alley, pull it out, go to his left. Laddick. Grant really trying to get this big little going from Max's. Laddick dodges on the hole. His shot goes wide. He'll start back behind with Mayock. Laddick takes the shot, will pull it out. Schwartz looks to dodge on the shorty here. He'll go down the alley, pass it off behind to Zombers. Wonderlick dodging the pull. He draws the double. Nobody's stuck there. He probably could have on the side if he wanted to, but he decided to dish it off to Zombers instead. Bring it to Zombers. Trying to get the pull off the short line. Mayock. Third time down the alley. Wonderlick with the shorty on him. Wonderlick. Size and athleticism.
Come on, Blake.
Schwartz will pull it out, get the shorty into him. He'll get out in front of Gray Wildman, buries that one. The freshman scoring his first goal at Dunning for the Rams, grabbing 6 in that last contest against Sobers. It's been phenomenal to start his freshman year, Ryan.
Yeah, Wildman keeps that score streak going. His first game here at Dunning, and that's just a total long setting for the Rams. I mean, so much passing behind the net, working around, trying to get something like that. While he's 16 years old, he's always out. These 2-0 lead from the Canaan right now, definitely a better team.
So 4 minutes left to go here in this first period. Quarter, I should say. So, kind of the hockey. 4 minutes left to go. Rams up by a score of 2-0. So on the face-off, it's going to be JT O'Neill. O'Neill wins that easily. We'll send it across to Wildman. And down low with Zombers. Wildman. The Rams, there was some question after the loss of Dawson Kroll last year. Well, I guess it was kind of this year. But he would be that one attacker for this year, and I think Wildman has fit that role perfectly. He has a great catch and shoot shot, but he's also phenomenal off the dodge as well. The Rams haven't found their next offensive star for the coming years. Easy will now dodge up top. Go down the alley, flip it off to Roeder. Roeder goes down the alley on his own. Send it behind to Zombers. Zombers to his left. Step in, pull it back out. Behind Wildman to Roeder. Rams trying to get to a short stick. Both players and Shorty. Wildman trying to dodge. This is not a guy you want to short stick on if you're Glastonbury. You gotta make that stuff quick. Now, they're gonna go off the wing. Wildman. Wildman on the rollback. You look at Campese. Campese steps into one. That one just goes. I think that one actually got saved. I thought it was going to tie. Laddick on the roll. Behind to Roeder. Roeder on the backhand shot. That one eating out the traffic. Laddick get the ground ball with ease. Now moving a little unsettled for the Rams. Out in front. Roeder shot. And he'll bury it. Roeder with the goal. The Rams go up 3-0. 2:05 left in the first quarter, Ryan.
Great shot there. So many defensive and offensive course. So
yeah, Ryan, that was the same case with I did with the girls game. New York. So, you know, with the shot clock that they're used to playing with, they are very used to having quick and fast possessions. Canaan really sat on the ball. You got a penalty here, I think. White shirt goes on. JT O'Neal, baby. So, and down here, going back to what I was saying, is that Glastonbury, they're really going to have to value this possession here because their defense is obviously exhausted. Same thing in that girls' game. How it's Glastonbury, they've got to value this possession. If they score here, that's great, right? And up, kind of take that, but going into 6-on-6 in settled situations, you've got to hold it, you've got to take your time. Sent down low, back up top. There would be cross to Carroll. Glastonbury getting the cycle going. The Rams slipping it out easily. Ames defending Carroll. Skip past that one. Sullivan. Leahy fires it across the place.
Go, Jake! Don't run fast! Rock him! Roll
out of it. We go for the ice pick. Doesn't get it. Now Liner moving in. Pass it down low. The ladder. And still going off the penalty. Penalty was up hard.
What are you
Sure. Last year was finally back to even. Probably, I would assume, try for the last shot. Just about 20 seconds left. He'll look dodge on Will Sullivan. So right the Rams probably top.
Good job, Ryan.
Traffic.
Go, Ryan.
Leahy picks it up. He'll let this over the midline. Ryan Leahy in transition. Wildman, 3 seconds left. Wildman, he'll shoot it all off the post. That will do it. The first quarter of action. Unlucky bounce for the Rams. Had a phenomenal look there. Nothing came of it. So 3-0 to a score after one. In favor of New Canaan with 1 minute 45 left until the second quarter, Ryan. We got a little bit of time, so what have you seen out here?
Yeah, so I mean, Glastonbury's a little lucky with the Blues that were in there, and Wildman doesn't think the coach there was in second for the day, but you know, I think Canaan for sure goes to the solid doesn't have again, just really back that ball possession that was really avoiding. It's basically Glastonbury's entire, you know, it's only the first quarter, but you got to play so much defense, you're running and just trying to cover as many spots as you can. You know, it's going to be tough, and that's the one thing that Canaan does, you know, being the top team in the whole country. They're going to grind through that, they're going to try to make the opponent as tired as you can. So much depth in this man's team as well.
Yeah, Ryan, if you're this Glastonbury team, I mean, you're down, but you're certainly not out. 3 goals, 3 quarters is certainly compactable. So, if you're Glastonbury, what are you going to do to get back to this?
Yeah, we know they can't score 15 or 12 goals in the last 2 games, respectively. It's just a matter of actually, you know, getting down the field, trying to get as much transition as possible. Many turnovers, and slot passes.
I think they do. So there's other ones that might.
So you got to be smart. Try to find the right pass. Eventually, you're gonna get some shots. You're gonna get some shots. Trying to face that. Alive so far. Really hasn't been much. Yeah, just watching the offense do their thing. But last year, it has to do a better job of just getting that transition down there. Maybe eventually find something really crazy.
So, he's taking the field here. Rams on the defensive end got a little bit of substitution. We've seen this in previous games. Chase Harden taking on this quarter. With Ryan Leahy on the defensive end. They've done that. Obviously, 2 very talented players. Harden committed to play at high school university next year. Picked up wanted to play him, but that there. Snap ball picked up. Yeah, great play by him. Raymond Zauber's a guy who plays with a ton of grit. I mean, he never takes a play off. Hayes, you don't see that one every day either. And then got over the midline, so that kid, he's a good sub. Now the Rams, you see them, they're definitely valuing their possessions more, but they're also taking a very sweet time, considering that they don't have to play with the shot clock anymore. Their first 2 games were in New York, they played with the shot clock, so they had to push the pace a little bit this time out. It's not much, there's no pressure on them to score in a certain amount of time, so I think they're kind of getting back to their old groove. They are holding on the ball. That Reaver sent it down there. Finn Roeder working on balls on Shorty. Roeder shot. That one's buried by Finn Roeder. His second of the day, straight over the head. Goalie Burbank. The Rams go up 4-0 early on.
Yeah, tough shot chance there from Burbank. Looked like he could have got down the Roeder. Just had too much pace on that one going right over his head. It's 4-0 now. Canaan and that change of not having to use that shot clock. That kind of changed so much. Now it's working with those offensive possession. Instead of waiting actually trying to rush over and force them to get those changes. And now just trying to pass around and find some space in that shot.
Referee placed the ball back away. O'Neal wins that one out. The Rams have a 4-on-3 break. O'Neal fakes the pass to Wildman, puts it on the ground, and scores. JT O'Neal tucks it right under the crossbar on the bounce shot. The Rams get their 5th of the day.
How about that from JT O'Neal? The rare solo run there in the cross. Got that off right from right down Main Street there. Nice shot there off the ground. And normally you mentioned solo run for some sport there.
So now you got the other JT on this Rams team in there on the face-off. Jack Thompson, number 6. And you get a little bit of a break. Wildman give it behind from the Sabres. Cross now with Laddick. Just going back to JT O'Neal's goal, I mean, that was a phenomenal shot choice. Putting it on the ground. Ball slick. Got such better chances of that. But Pete's mistake was telling us on our JT earlier. Schwartz looks to dodge. Pass it down low. Can't even catch. Maybe a little unnecessary. Shot line from the end. It's going to be Zagos who will pick it up. Schwartz. Trying to get Schwartz. Cross. Mayock. Down the alley. Pull that and get off Schwartz. Big screen for the Mayock. Get a switch to Shorty. Wonder what should the twister out. I don't know why.
Chase it down.
Yeah, tried to do it himself there. Unable to, but Rams will retain the possession.
So now it's going to be Wildman who get through 2 defenders. Give it off to Mayock up top. Mayock, I think he was maybe trying to pass that one, or maybe his shot he got met with some contact there. As the deep pass was looking for Larrabee, but that one went over his head. It's now on the end line. They're going to say that it's going to Harden and the Rams. Chase Harden will give it off to Cam Lydon. Leiden back to Harden. Harden's going to wheel this one up. He'll just keep it in. Oh, but then he'll go out of bounds. Coach Buzzio might have gotten a timeout just in time there.
Oh.
Phenomenal timing from Coach Buzzio as Harden went sliding out of bounds. Great timing there from Coach Buzzio.
Great coaching right there.
That's
Harden's going out of bounds, call that timeout, and a good call there from Coach because Harden he got to the wall. He went pretty far over there.
Sliding. That was Coach Buzzio's special whenever Bryce Leiden was bringing the ball down a couple years ago. It was always Leiden would get in touch, and then he would call the timeout. But, the Rams, they've been playing phenomenal so far on the offensive end and the defensive end, especially the defensive end. I don't think Cam Leiden has even seen a shot yet.
I don't think so.
That's also in part to the long poles. That's, just as much as short sticks, right? Because typically the short sticks are the ones getting dodged on. So, just
that just makes it tough for any team. It's like, first of all, so hard to get past the New Canaan defense, and then if you do, you have a Michigan commit in goal. So then you got to pass one more guy along with the other Division I commits on that defense. So it's just so hard to penetrate through that New Canaan defense.
But also, it's hard to get by one guy, but then you've got another guy sliding right at you as well. You've got, right now the 4 pulls out there are all Division I commits, so this is practically a Division I defense out here that if you're Glastonbury, you're facing. It's going to be Campese who will take it into the box, give it off to Henry Laddick. Laddick will take it behind the Rams looking for the big little. With Matt Reed setting the screen. Oh, he got open on the pop. Mayock's shot. That one just missed the left post, but Reed is back there to get it. He'll take it behind. Matt Reed dodging the shorty from X. The slide comes very early. The double, it will stick. So the Rams, they have Mazabra sitting wide open there. Couldn't get it to him. Instead, it's Campese who will look to Mazabras, and Mazabras buries that one. Brady Mazabras with the goal for New Canaan. Referees talking it over, and they're going to say that it's a good goal. And I just said, right, Brady Mazabras was sitting open after the double, and in the unsettled, nobody was able to find him, and he's able to bury it right on the doorstep.
Yeah, the junior-to-junior connection right there. Campese just drawing so much attention on his own side, and, you mentioned it, PJ. Mazabras just wide open. He just slots that one home nice and easy there, and now all of a sudden 6-0 lead for the Rams.
So now it's going to be O'Neal on the draw once again.
Will he do it again?
O'Neal
I don't
wins
think
that.
so.
Yeah, it looks like
Not another solo run there.
Glastonbury, they're putting, both their defenders on, or as close to their goal as they can on those wings so that they could limit the break as much as possible for JT O'Neal. Now it's going to be Finn Roeder. We'll dodge, pull it out, and restart the Rams offense. It's going to be Matt Reed off the wing. Reed defended by Shaheen. We'll take it in, pass it out in front to Wildman, and Wildman buries it. Matt Reed to Gray Wildman for the goal, and the Rams give themselves a 7-goal lead. Matt Reed, Gray Wildman, those two, they grew up playing together on New Canaan youth team, but also on their Eclipse team. So they're very familiar with each other, and similar to Cole Campese and Finn Roeder.
Yeah.
So just another connection for the Rams this year.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Coach Buzzio loves to have out there.
Yeah, that's what helps this New Canaan team so much, as it does with really kind of all of the sports at New Canaan High School. It's all the guys are just so familiar with each other, and especially it's the off-season programs and the work that most people aren't seeing that go on behind the scenes just really kind of adds to the depth of all the Rams sports teams, and especially the lacrosse team.
O'Neal wins the draw, but he's met quickly by Larrabee. That's what we were talking about. Glastonbury putting their players on the wings all the way down low to stop the break because, I mean, that's been the main difference in this game is that the Rams have controlled possession because JT O'Neal has given them so many.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be Blake Schwartz who'll get top side, give it off to Mayock. Mayock with his left will pull it out. Now he'll try to sweep over with his right. He's looking down the alley. He's going to pull it back out. Give it to Mazabras. Brady Mazabras. Dodging from X. He'll take a nice roll dodge. Be met by the short stick of Larrabee. And it's given off to Will Wunderlich. Wunderlich to Blake Schwartz. Schwartz going down the alley. Give it behind to Gray Wildman. Wildman. Oh, good defense there. Great lift. But the Rams still able to maintain possession here. It's Laddick. He'll roll out of it. Give it off to Mayock. Mayock down the alley. Off to Wildman. Wildman gets under it. And, oh, that shot got saved by Burbank. That was a phenomenal save. I think that one went right off his cage. But now it's going to be Wildman on the restart from X. Wildman gives it off to Schwartz. Schwartz on the backhand shot on the ground. We're going to say that didn't go in. Wow, that one looked like it might have rolled in and rolled out. That was really close. So now wheeling it up is Meigs. He'll get it over. Now Glastonbury goes to work on the offensive end. Braden Roby goes for the overhead, doesn't get it, but no harm, no foul there. So now coming in on defense is Luke Robinson, a guy who, he was on the varsity team for lacrosse his sophomore year. Didn't decide to play last year, but he came back to this New Canaan program this year. Now he's playing as Glastonbury. Settles it down on offense. It's Hersom, defended by Roby. Now up top, it's Carroll, defended by Mazza. Connor Mazza. He's in my physics class. He said that he caught 6 fish in 5 minutes the other day.
Really?
I don't know how truthful that is.
Yeah,
but
I might have to fact check that.
Then he said it's a party inside his city, whatever that means.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's going to be a shot, and that one's a save from Cam Lyden. Streaking up the field is Will Hayes. He'll pick that up, and the Rams have a 4-on-3 break. The shot from Hayes, that one, great save by Burbank. It's loose, out in traffic. That was a missile from Will Hayes, but went stick side high, and Burbank able to make the easy save. So now it's going to be Campese up top. But just going back to that defensive possession for the Rams, right? I think that was the first shot that Cam Lyden has had to save all day.
Yeah.
And, it's Matt Reed pulling it out. Give it off to Finn Roeder. Roeder dodging down the alley. He'll roll back to his left. That's his signature shot as it went wide. Burbank was there on the chase to get it. As you see number 16 out there. Thought for a second it was Rogan Lowe. He plays just like him, but it's Willie Erickson, who he had 2 goals in the Rams scrimmage against Rye. He's a phenomenal player, only a sophomore, but he's out there for the Rams as Erickson went over the midline, I think. Glastonbury called a timeout, which saved New Canaan because Erickson was playing attack and went over the midline.
Yeah.
So that was a little dangerous if you're New Canaan. But, hey, I mean, they got away with it this time.
Yeah.
So, up 7-0 with just about 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Ryan, what are you seeing in this one?
I mean, I think everyone's just seeing this Rams domination. It's like every time New Canaan possesses the ball, you got to imagine that it's going to end up in some kind of goal, and that's just – I think thanks to the conditioning of New Canaan and comparing it to Glastonbury, and that's one thing for the Rams is I'd say maybe 90-95% of this Rams team, these are 2-sport, even 3-sport athletes, playing fall, winter, spring, especially the hockey guys. A lot of hockey guys on this team now transitioning over into the spring, but you just notice the energy from this Rams team. They're always top notch, and that's just thanks to that conditioning and playing sports year round. No matter what it is, if you play multiple sports, it's always helping out and building off one or another, and that's just how I think most people are noticing, at least conditioning wise, how New Canaan kind of has that step up over Glastonbury.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the hockey teams this winter, fall. But New Canaan and Darien were the 2 top teams in the state all year. And now you look at the lacrosse fields, not even just this year, but also years past, they're the 2 top teams in the FCAC for lacrosse as well. So,
yeah,
it just goes to show how that winter conditioning, helps you so much. And then you look at Staples, right? Sure, they don't have the best hockey team, but their basketball team is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you got guys like Adam Udell on that squad. So, being a 2-sport, 3-sport athlete really pays its dues.
Yeah, and you mentioned those 2 teams, Staples and Darien, 2 teams to knock off the Rams last year in both the states and FCAC. So, all around just kind of speaks to the league and all the teams in Fairfield County. And that's one thing, I think last year especially, and PJ, you know better than me, but I think last year that was kind of the expectation that these guys out here for New Canaan were going to probably win FCACs and win states, at least the expectation. Didn't happen.
As that shot goes wide, it'll be chased down by Maxwell Hersom. So, Roby with the nice can opener check there. Leahy will come through and pick it up. Ryan Leahy gets it through. Does not get a touch. Wildman still has to do so. That's going to be a flag and possibly another. So Wildman will dish it up top to Brooks Wonderlick. The Rams going to settle down their offense. They're going to look to just hold this one and see what they could do with the delayed penalties. They'll get all their O-mids on. Matt Reed will take it down the alley here for New Canaan. Defended by Lavery. The Rams go big, little from X. Reed will take the pick, and they'll get the switch of the short stick onto Laddick. Henry Laddick defended by Lavery. Laddick will get his right hand. He'll pull it out. Now try and redodge from the wing. Henry Laddick with the swim move over top. Pull it back. Look cross crease to Matt Reed, and Reed finishes. That is a phenomenal look from Laddick. An even better finish from Matt Reed. That was a great look, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Laddick doing 99.9% of the work there, and that's just a testament to how good this New Canaan team is, making the moves, doing that little swim, and then finding Reed right in the crease. All he has to do is just put the ball in the back of the net, just like that. And now 8-0 for New Canaan. I think you could argue that could be the best goal of the day, just in terms of you know the leading into how that was scored.
That was a phenomenal play by the Rams. And, Matt Reed, he's a guy, he reminds me a ton of New Canaan's Colin Finnegan from last year, just the way he plays, the way he presents himself. He's a very hard worker, and I think, what reminds me the most is his stick skills and how, fluid he is with his stick. And, he's throwing a lot of fake passes and trying to catch the defense off guard. He never misses a step. It's going to be Henry Laddick. He'll take it up to the wing again. He'll roll back, look for Ronan Hillman. Hillman up to Schwartz. Schwartz will hold on to this one. Give it up to Mayock. Harry Mayock to Will Wonderlick. Now it's going to be Mayock as Wildman thought he was subbing for someone for some reason. But he'll just go back inside with 25 seconds left. Mayock setting up the dodge on the shorty. He'll go to his left, pull it back out. Now switch on to his right, go back to his left down the alley. Mayock across the Laddick with only 10 seconds left. Laddick shot. That one goes off the crossbar again. Just unlucky for the Rams. They're going to say that Glastonbury got it, and 5.3 seconds left. They're going to send it downfield. Oh, that one nearly got caught, but got broken up eventually, and that's going to do it for your first half of action here from Dunning Field on the campus of New Canaan High School. The Rams of New Canaan currently lead the Guardians of Glastonbury High School by a score of 8-0. Don't go anywhere for the second half of action. We'll be back to you very shortly. Welcome everybody back into New Canaan High School Athletics for the second half between the Rams of New Canaan and the Guardians of Glastonbury here from Dunning Field, as the Rams were absolutely dominant in that first half, winning currently by a score of 8-0. And, you know, everybody, myself, PJ Neville next to me, Ryan Bell. Ryan, I mean, you know, the Rams have just been dominant so far this one.
Yeah, PJ, it's been all New Canaan. You know, if you're just tuning in right now, not too much to miss really from that first half. And honestly, not too much else to say besides it's been all New Canaan. The Rams have just been dominating mostly possession-wise and especially on the face-offs. I'm not sure if the Rams even lost a face-off yet. In fact, JT O'Neill had his own solo goal off of a face-off, and that just adds to how well the Rams have been playing. And for Glastonbury, I think Leiden's only faced one shot so far in goal, and that's just a testament to how good this Rams defense is. But it's really been the attacking from New Canaan, keeping the possession in the offensive zone. It keeps scoring some phenomenal goals. The last couple ones coming inside the crease, and that's just a testament to the cutting of New Canaan. And looks like it will be all Rams heading into the second half.
So here in the second half, it's going to be the freshman at the face-off dot, number 77, Patrick Sullivan. Who's he facing off against? The other 77, JT O'Neill, possibly the best Fogo in the state of Connecticut, as that one will be won by Will Hayes. Hayes with the behind-the-back pass to Bryce Leiden. Leiden will get it over the midline, and he'll take a touch. Never mind, no, he does not. But Sullivan will right there. The Rams will settle it down on the offensive end. Will Sullivan sends it down to Henry Laddick. Laddick being defended by Jack Kelly. Now it's behind with Mazabras. Brady Mazabras up to Cole Campisi. Campisi taking his defender in Brody Cummings very high up, seeing if he could dodge, get top side. Campisi likes to go down that far alley as he does just that. And that one, it was very high. But now it's going to be a restart behind with Mazabras. He'll give it off to Wildman. Wildman with a nice rollback. Wildman now through some traffic. He'll take a shot, and that one's saved. New goalie in for Glastonbury. It's number 29, Riley Roy, as Glastonbury will settle it down the offensive end. Referee blows the whistle. Didn't quite see what happened. I don't know, I think ref might have thought that they were offsides, but they weren't actually. No, it happens to the best of us. They're only human.
Right.
So
after all.
Now it's going to be Jack Shaheen. Back to Carroll, back to Shaheen. He's a D-midi, but he's staying on because he's being defended by an O-midi in Finn Roeder. The Guardians, I guess, like that matchup. Now it's going to be Lavery. Lucas Lavery, defended by Cole Campisi. Wow, he is all over him, and the flags fly. That was a little too
aggressive.
Aggressive, yeah. Out of Campisi.
Yeah.
You know, he is very good on the defensive end. I mean, he does create a lot of turnovers when he gets stuck back there, but a little too aggressive there, and it's going to result in a man down for the Rams. So the man down unit for New Canaan, it's going to be Ryan Leahy, Bryce Leiden, Will Hayes, Chase Harden, and Will Sullivan. So now it's up top with Lavery. Across and now down low. Glastonbury starting the cycle. It's sent over to Larrabee. Larrabee initiates the play. Looks like they're cycling. Got a good look down low. Back up top. The shot saved by Jack Kroll on Jacob LeBlanc. Kroll looks up the field to Schwartz. Oh, Schwartz couldn't grab that one, as the penalty did expire, so the Rams now got everyone out there. They've got a little bit unsettled here. Is Glastonbury. The look across, the bounce shot. That one's saved by Kroll as well. Shot came from Max Hersom. As Leahy looking up the field. He'll take it through, get it into the attacking zone. As Leahy comes in for Braden Roby. Roby looked a little shaken up after eating a shot in that first half, that first quarter, but he did play that entire second quarter. Looked like he was playing a little limp, but I guess now the Rams, better safe than sorry, I guess, in that case. So this Matt Reed sends it across to Henry Laddick. Laddick on the dodge. He'll fake the pass now, give it up top to Campese. This is Glastonbury pushing out on Finn Roeder. They call Finn Roeder tuna. And Campese keeps trying to start this, calling him salmon thing. Himself, Campese, but that one hasn't really stuck as much, I don't think, as the tuna nickname.
He's trying to get all the fish nicknames for the team.
This is Campese dodging down the alley. That shot goes wide, and it's going to be Matt Reed back there to back it up for New Canaan. They'll switch the pole onto him. This is Reed. We'll take it up top, give it off to Campese. Campese will circle it around, give it off to Roeder. Roeder setting up his own dodge. He'll take it down the alley, pull it out. Now look behind to Laddick. Henry Laddick will pull it out and try and restart the dodge again with the screen from Roeder. Laddick will get top side, give it off to Wildman. Wildman to Campese. Campese to Reed. Matt Reed with the swim move. Oh, great move by Matt Reed, and he'll bury that one. Number 98 with his second on the day. Matt Reed, phenomenal goal. Just some great moves. I was telling you, he reminds me a lot of Colin Finnegan, and that was a very Colin Finnegan-esque play right there. Another guy who reminds me of is Notre Dame's Jake Taylor with how fluid he is with his stick. I don't know if you know who that is, but he shoots a lot of twister shots. Yeah. On the face-off here, looks like it's Jack Thompson again for the Rams. That one won by Thompson. Now a scrum for the ball in the midfield. Hayes tried goosing him out to himself. Now he finally got it. He gave it down low to Laddick. Laddick behind to Mazabras. The Rams really liking to initiate their dodge from X today. As it's Wildman pulling it out. Gray Wildman on the rollback. Looked like maybe a little bit of a ward, but as right out in front, Schwartz. Oh, that was a phenomenal shot. One, if you're Schwartz, you would love to get back. So now it's going to be Gray Wildman on the restart. Wildman, he'll get topside on his defender. The jump shot, and he'll bury that right underneath the crossbar. Gray Wildman, phenomenal goal. The Rams take the double-digit lead, 10-0 here in the third quarter over the Glastonbury Guardians.
Yeah, what a day that Gray Wildman's having. A little jump shot there from just inside. Now Rams have hit double digits, officially at 10-0. And, PJ, I think if we're going to talk about a player of the game at the end of this game, Wildman surely has to be in that contention. If not, then just give it to him straight up.
Yeah, Wildman, he has been fantastic all day long. All season long to start this year. I mean, that Somers game, he was phenomenal, 6 goals. He had more than the entire Somers team had, so Jack Thompson will give it off to Henry Laddick. Laddick up to Campese. Campese off to Matt Reed. Reed, long pass to Roeder. Finn Roeder gets the pull on him. That means that there's probably a shorty on an attackman somewhere. Looks like there's a shorty on Wildman, so the Rams probably, if I had to guess, we're going to try and isolate that matchup. So they do just that. Wildman to his left, rolls back to his right. Wildman's shot just sails wide. But it was a good look for the freshman. As Henry Laddick will step into play and look for the dodge. He'll roll to his left, give it off to Matt Reed. Reed takes it outside, gives it off to Laddick. Laddick to Campese. The Rams working it around now with Roeder. Roeder dodging down the alley with his left. His shot goes wide. They're going to say, I think Matt Reed was there to get it. Yes, he was. It's Matt Reed looking to dodge on the shorty. The Rams setting up the shorty, the two shorties behind that X as Brady Mazabra's right on the doorstep there. That was a phenomenal look for the quick stick. So now it's Glastonbury moving through. The pass, it's met from behind by Brooks Wunderlich. I think they were going to call that a push without possession there. I don't know, it looked like the ball had hit the guy's stick, but
yeah,
you know, didn't really matter as Glastonbury got it back anyways, so it's going to be up top with Lavery. Sent behind to LeBlanc. Now up top once again. Here comes Glastonbury on the dodge. Wunderlich with some nice defense here, forcing him down the alley. Now behind, across with Carroll. Carroll being defended by Hayes. Hayes, that's a guy I would not like to be defended by either, as much as I would hate to see a shot coming right at me. It's going to be Wunderlich who sends it up to Kroll. Kroll to Leahy. Leahy back to Kroll. Jack Kroll. Now, I have seen a couple clips of him scoring goalie goals, so I wouldn't leave it past him as that pass goes high of Harden. Now it's Hersom who gets it back, as that's the Rams' first failed clear of the day so far. You know, they almost had another one with Harden, you know, flying out of bounds, but great timeout by Coach Buzzio saved that one. As now it's going to be Larrabee trying to start the dodge on Connor Mazza. They'll give it up top to Carroll. Now with Lavery. Lavery gets top side. The slide comes from Leiden. The pass goes high. And the Rams will restart it from behind. It's going to be Jack Kroll who'll pick it up. And he'll give it off to Bryce Leiden. Leiden with a missile down the field. Oh, that one hit the outside. Looked like Glastonbury was going for the 10-man ride. I didn't even see that. And Leiden almost scored the full field. That would have been awesome. It's going to be Mayock up top. Mayock dodging down the alley. He'll pull it out. Give it off to Ryan Stannard, his first touches of the game. Number 41 on the field for the Rams. Stannard taking it off the wing. He'll pull it out. Now roll back to his left, back to his right. Look across to Laddick. Henry Laddick out. Oh, looked like he was looking for Will Wunderlich, but Brady Mazabras was there on the backside to pick it up, and Mazabras buried that one for New Canaan to give them the 11-goal lead.
Yeah, right place, right time for Brady Mazabras. You know, the ball a little too far for the intended target, but falls right to Mazabras, and he slides that one right through in the middle. That's a nice 11-0 lead now for New Canaan, and second on the day for Brady Mazabras.
So looks like we've got a couple of substitutions out here for the Rams. On attack, you've got Ronan Hillman and Willie Erickson out there. In the midfield, you've got Bennett Perticello running some LSM. Will Tellis on the faceoff. Luke Robinson as short stick D-mid. As that one's one out. Oh, that one, that's a little bit of too much contact by Robinson. It's Liam Cox on defense on Hersom. So he's getting his first minutes of the game as well. It's Carroll up top. He'll send it across. Now Larrabee dodging. That'll be sent behind. Now off the wing. Perticello gets beaten. That one is a goal for number 5, Michael Carroll. Glastonbury's first of the game. Hit off the stick, maybe even the head of Jack Kroll. So unlucky bounce for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. No shutout done today, but still a 10-goal lead for New Canaan. But good for Glastonbury there to get one back on the board and maybe see if they can get that momentum to try and drive home another 2 or 3.
So the Rams on the restart here. Looks like it's JT O'Neill back on the face-off. Is now he'll pull it out. And it's Schwartz off to Leiden. Bryce Leiden runs some LSM. Oh, that's a missile. Bryce Leiden buries that one. He'll get his first of the game. I think his first of the season. And the Rams take the 12-1 lead here.
Yeah. Nice shot there from Bryce Leiden. That's just a straight missile coming at you from close range. No chance of saving that one. And back to an 11-goal lead for New Canaan at 12-1.
So now it's going to be JT O'Neill still on the face-off. At LSM, it's Owen Roby, brother of Braden Roby. You know, he was out all year last year with a back injury, but he played during hockey season. He's a very, very talented athlete. A star sophomore for this Rams squad. So his first minutes in this one is it's going to be held up top by Shaheen. Taken behind at X by Carroll, defended by Mazza. With only 25 seconds left to go. Nice move by Carroll. The slide comes from Wunderlich. Now it's sent up top. They'll circle it around with Shaheen. Now down low. Dodge, he'll roll back. Look out in front. I think Kroll might have hit that. He didn't even realize with 3 seconds left. Leahy's going to send it down the field. Down, oh. That was a little dangerous there.
That
was
close to going in.
Yeah, a lot of mustard behind that. As the score after 3 is 12-1 in favor of the Rams. Ryan, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, that third quarter right there, a little more relaxed from the New Canaan side, not trying to put on as many goals and just try and find the right opportunities there. But you know, there were some good goals there, and that last one from Bryce Leiden especially, that was a straight rocket down the middle. But I think New Canaan settling it down a little more, and especially putting in some of the underclassmen and the juniors that don't see as much playing time is a good opportunity for, you know, some of those back lines to get some chances in a varsity game. And looks like it will be all New Canaan heading into the fourth quarter and eventually ending with a win to go to 3-0.
And then for Glastonbury, you know, still a top team in, you know, or sorry, I should say outside of Fairfield County. So, you know, there's still a lot to take away from this game. Obviously, New Canaan is one of the top talents that they'll face all year. So as we see Charlie O'Neill, very vocal guy for this Ram squad. Looks like he's going in at attack.
Yeah. I saw a video of him yesterday. He's a good interviewer.
Is he?
Yeah. You showed me it, actually. On a YouTube, on your YouTube.
Oh, yeah. At Emmaus. It's actually that is actually a pretty good video.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah. He's a funny kid, I'll tell you that.
He's funny. You announced a game with him in the fall, too, as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did a
soccer game?
game with him. You know, former announcer. He used to be in our NCTV class. Then decided not to for the second half, I guess. You got his brother JT on the face-off dot going against Sullivan. JT O'Neill wins that draw. He's got a 4-on-3 break. He'll take the shot with his left, and he'll bury it. JT O'Neill with his second on the day. Now the Rams with the 12-goal lead. I think that puts us into running clock right after this face-off.
Yeah.
As you see on that far side, now you got Preston Hanratty in at LSM. Got Jack Thompson taking the face-off. Hanratty, he used to be number 12, but he decided to give it to Luke Robinson, who's also on the field for this year.
You got to give it to the quarterback.
Yeah. Well, Robinson, you know, that's kind of his number, right? He wore 12 during the football season. As he'll pick that ball up and he'll take it into the box. He's running in. Oh, he'll pass it off to Charlie O'Neill. O'Neill with the shot. That one bounces off the goalie. O'Neill running in transition. He was playing attack, and he just ran over the midline. Flag flies. Finally, he's caught. I mean, I don't know.
A little excited.
Yeah. I don't even know he was playing attack the whole time. He wasn't. I don't know. Whatever. So now he'll be sent behind as also in for the Rams. Number 47 for the first time in 4 years is not Dylan Stevens. It's Andrew Hodgenacki, another freshman on this varsity team. So Hodgenacki, a phenomenal defenseman, and 47. It's been worn by a freshman on varsity. You know, I mean, if he sticks with it, it's going to be worn for 8 straight years, which is, I mean, that's a great. Maybe it's just the gift of number 47.
Yeah.
As the referee will stop the clock. Looks like the Rams need to get another defender out here. Charlie O'Neill is still in the game, by the way. I think they're giving the penalty to Hanratty somehow.
Nah.
It's going to be the Rams man down here. Pass up top. As they get the cycle going, the Guardians skip past. That one stepped into by Carroll. It goes just high. Now taken back in by Glastonbury on the quick restart. The shot, low angle, easy save for Jack Kroll. He'll pass it out to Hodgenacki. Oh, he can't handle that one. And that's a turnover from the Rams. He'll stick in pursuit. Perticello came in looking for maybe a cheeky turnover. So now it'll be behind. Up top, they'll get it up with Carroll. Defended by Will Sullivan. The defensive midfielder for the Rams. Carroll gets top side on Sullivan. Tries to maybe cut back, maybe not. Now he finally goes to his left, steps into it, and that one goes wide. And it's going to be Hersom back there to retain possession. Sullivan, or sorry, that was Robinson on the slide. Now he's at X, defending number 10, Lavery. Lavery putting the moves on. As you see Sullivan ready to go there. He's going to have to slide early. Normally that's what you do on short stick D-mids. But when you got some guys like New Canaan has, maybe sometimes you don't need to, as that's a great doorstep save there by Jack Kroll. I heard him practice yesterday. They were doing a little bit of the Thunderdome drill where you use the girls' crease, the girls' 8-meter, and you play 3-on-2 from there. And I heard Kroll made some outstanding doorstep saves in that one. So it's going to be Hillman. Ronan Hillman gives it up top to Will Wunderlich. Hillman, another guy who couldn't play last year. He tore his ACL in the fall, so he was out for all of his hockey season, and then was out for the majority of the lacrosse season. He was able to practice in the back half of it as Ryan Stannard dodging here for the Rams. Stannard gets underneath. He'll pull it out, give it off to Hillman. Hillman also had a hat trick in the Rams scrimmage against Rye, so a very talented player. Is now Robinson on the split. He'll pull it out. Oh, with a lot of pressure. Looks like he's holding his arm or his wrist or something. Looks like he's hurt. That's not what you want to see if you're New Canaan. But he'll jog off under his own power, so
yeah,
hopefully nothing too big. Glastonbury on the restart. We'll send it up. Charlie O'Neill stays on sides this time. It was close, though. I think his foot might have been on the yellow line, so as Glastonbury looking to settle down the offense. LeBlanc defended by Hajnaki. Now it's going to be Cameron Smith. And a long pass to Destanos. Destanos defended by Pierce Parkhill, who he played in my JV game earlier today. So, you know, he's warmed up. Number 44 out on the field there. He's taking it down low. The pass sailed high. Looked like it got broken up by Liam Cox. It's going to be restarted by Hajnaki. He'll give it to Kroll. Kroll over to Perticello. Perticello draws a double, gives it back to Kroll. As Glastonbury in the 10-man ride, the Rams trying to pull the goalie out as, oh, Charlie O'Neill catches it. Empty net, he missed it. And looks like it's going to stay white with Willie Erickson back there. That was, O'Neill caught it with the goalie on him, and it's going to be Erickson along the end line. He'll give it up to Hillman. Hillman to Timmy McManus. McManus was on my JV team last year, starting attackman. You know, Coach Tallboys, it was always a good day when he would call out McManus, Bailey, McKiernan. That was the classic line from Coach T. As now it's Erickson from up top dodging. He'll roll back, give it off to McManus. McManus steps into the pass to Wunderlich. Oh, Wunderlich, one too many fakes, and that one got sent up in the air. As O'Neill tried getting on that, but got sent out of play. I think, actually, a lot of those guys on this team, I think all three of those midfielders and Charlie O'Neill as well were all players on that JV team last year. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I got experience playing with these guys. I'm basically a varsity guy, but not quite. With 4:53 left, looks like the Guardians called a timeout with the score being 13-1. Ryan, I mean, you know, the Rams running away with this one. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, this game will be over in the next 5 minutes, and I think just the timeout, just, you know, getting the guys, you know, getting some new guys in onto the field for both teams. We've seen it with New Canaan, especially in this fourth quarter, but maybe for Glastonbury, just getting maybe some of the younger guys in as well. But right now, and overall, just the whole game, just a great job from New Canaan. Really never in doubt that they were going to lose this game, but, you know, maybe some people thought it'd be a little closer than, you know, the 13-1 scoreline. But it really represents how the game has been. Just possession from New Canaan, smart shots, possession, defense, and the goalkeeping, especially in the second half where, you know, New
Kroll's made some phenomenal
facing
saves.
A lot more shots than in that first half, and Kroll's done a nice job in net to only let up one goal so far.
Yeah. So the Rams coming in on defense. You've got 4 pulls. You've got, it's going to be Hajnaki, Cox, Perticello, and Preston Hanratty. And then the short stick D-mids, you've got Connor Mazza and Hudson Kenny, who just recently, I think this week actually, switched to playing D-mid from normally he was a long stick these past, I think, 3 years, maybe even longer into youth. So the dodge from Larrabee, he'll get top side, but Mazza doesn't give him any more than that. That'll be sent off to the wing. Nice dodge there. There's a shot saved by Kroll once again.
Another big one.
He's playing lights out today. Now
physicality right
yeah,
there in the middle.
A lot of physicality, a lot of pressure. Glastonbury finally will settle it down. It's going to be number 4, LeBlanc, defended by Perticello. Perticello and Mazza both in my physics class, so I don't know. You still need to fact check those fish in 6 fish in 5 minutes. Right on the doorstep. Great catch and shoot goal by Sidney Silverman.
Yeah.
He'll get it by Jack Kroll and get the Guardians' second of the day.
I think the moral of the story there, PJ, don't bring up the fish. It's probably not real. You know, when we say it, then good goal there from the Guardians right in the crease, and they get their second of the day, but still an 11 goal lead, 13-2 for New Canaan.
So it's going to be JT O'Neill on the face-off. I'm sad we haven't seen my guy Luke Adamczyk out here for a face-off yet. In the wing, it's Brooks Wunderlich. Still your usual crew for the Rams. It's going to be O'Neill taking it down, giving it off to Hillman. Now behind with Charlie O'Neill. Charlie O'Neill just trying to settle it down. He'll give it off to Stannard. Stannard on the rollback off to McManus. Timmy McManus holding the ball.
Yes.
McManus will dodge down the alley with his left, and Timmy McManus buries it. His first varsity goal of his career. Congratulations to Timmy McManus. He nets that one with the left. He is a lefty, so great goal by McManus.
Yeah, nice shot there from McManus right into the ground as well. It's always a tough one to save, and so much power, especially just going right by the Glastonbury goalie and back to 12 at 14-2. And it's always good, in the end of the games, even if it is a blowout, especially when the new guys get on the field and scoring their first goals for varsity, as we just saw right there with Tim McManus.
Now on the face-off, it's going to be Jack Thompson against Sullivan for the Guardians. Ball loose in the midfield. Nobody has seemed to pick it up yet. As now Owen Roby will get back there to pick it up. He had a lot of pressure on his back, but he found his guy, Jack Thompson. Those two very good friends. They play the Clips together as well as also being New Canaan hockey players. Both on the top line. Roby was a defenseman, and Thompson was a first liner for the Rams, so those guys are very familiar, good friends. It's going to be Stannard who will take it to X, being defended by the short stick. Stannard on the rollback. He'll just decide to hold this one, give it off to Teddy Blanc. Blanc has some of the best stick skills I might have ever seen. He is phenomenal with the stick, a real wizard. He'll roll back to his left, surveying the field. He'll take it down low, all the way to X, being defended by Cameron Smith, the sophomore. Just holding the ball for these last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're Glastonbury, you don't want to hurt any of these New Canaan players.
Yeah.
I mean,
looks like Blanc just said something to the defender right there. It's like, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah. Now, how crazy would it be if he just out of nowhere just goes to the goal?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 second left, pass across in the crease. Not happening.
So that will do it here from Dunning. Your final score of 14-2 in favor of the New Canaan Rams. Phenomenal win for them. Advance to 3-0 in their next game Tuesday against St. Joe's. That one I think is at 4:30. And then after that, they've got Wilton on the road at Wilton for their first real FCAC test of the year. So, that's going to do it from us. Ryan, any final thoughts?
Just a great game from New Canaan. Expected to get the win here, but really dominant fashion from the Rams, and just a good job all around, all aspects of the game. I mentioned that goalkeeping in the second half, but the first half too, just at least putting the ball in the back of the net, and getting some goals. And actually, I'll shout out Sam Scootmaker. He's in the press box. He said 15-2 as his final score line. Pretty close. 14-2, one off. So shout out to Sam Scootmaker, who's in here before. But yeah, again, PJ, great game from New Canaan. Should be a good one on Tuesday against St. Joe's.
Yeah, I forgot about that Scootmaker line. He said at the end, that they were going to come out. He gave me a prediction that I guess the first part of it wasn't at all correct. He said that New Canaan was going to come out a little slow and
being generous.
Yeah, what did he say? He said that it was.
I think he said like 2-1 by the end of the
at
first,
the end of one, and then it's going to be 15-2 to end the game. I mean,
you
got the final score pretty close at least.
Yeah.
But that will do it here on NCHS Athletics with SE Productions. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.